Whoa! It would seem the shopping district has started, which means it's time for us to sell stuff too. So hello everybody and welcome back to the MakeShift SMP, where today I want to make some money. I want to make some money, that's right. And we're going to do that by selling all the concrete that we have made. So if you guys remember last time we built this wonderful, amazing, beautiful, I might add little cargo ship. I am in love with it. I really am. I know there's not too much on it yet, but hopefully today that changes after we build our shop, of course. That's going to be the top priority because I really want to start to fill that out. Because the more shops in the server, the more alive it looks. And honestly, that's what I live for. And someone remind me, I have got to make a runway. Anywho, so yes, my plan today is to make a few shops. I have a few shop ideas in mind, but to start off, gonna want to grab this. And that's because I'm gonna go over to the industrial district because I need to grab a whole bunch of concrete and also concrete powder. You know, hold on. I may want to see if I have any frog ports left because I would like to use some of those. Alrighty, so now I'm hoping I should be able to request all the concrete powder that I need, which I am gonna do now. Put all of this into my portable storage, and then I think I'm almost about ready to get out of here and start building a shop. Alrighty, so after stealing a bit of asphalt from Vi, I'm thinking we want a pretty good location for this shop. I think like right over here is where I want it. It's kind of right when you walk in. There's a barrel here. I hope there's nothing important here. Right, there's not. Awesome. And yeah, right around here. So I'm going to get a little bit of a sidewalk going in here. Right, so something along this around the building. So now I'm thinking I want a tough brick foundation. In fact, I may even change this to chiseled tough. Oh yeah, see, I'm liking that. Yeah, I'm liking that. So I'm thinking I want a light blue foundation here. This may actually be a little bit big. So I think I'm going to reduce the size just a little bit. See if that's a better size. Yeah, that seems to be much better size. And then I think on the second story, which I may even want this to be a little bit taller here, I want to try and use a bit of a different color. Now, do I want to use concrete? I don't know yet. Now, I'm really liking the look of this scoria block here, but I don't know how much soul sand I have. See, none at all. And I know I have sand on passive, so I guess I need to haunt a whole bunch of that. Anywho, so now I should be able to get a whole bunch of scoria. I'm just gonna need lava here to smelt all of this up. All right, so now I'm gonna try and get this on top of here and let's see how it looks. All right. It does need some touching up still, but I think I may be enjoying the color palette. I don't know yet. Let me switch this bottom blue out for something else. Yeah, I think I'm liking this palette a lot more. And I know exactly what I'm going to put in this shop. I don't know if I want to sell honey and concrete in the same shop. I might not, but this would be a great palette for a honey shop, I think. So now I'm going to walk you a little bit through my thought process on this because I had a blast building this. I never really built in this style before because I'm always playing some tech mod pack. So this is really refreshing actually, and it's definitely opened up a new avenue for me. But anyways, I decided this is definitely going to be a honey shop, seeing as the colors match a bee, which is on purpose. I did that on purpose. I wanted to start by giving it some windows. After that, try and change a bit of the proportions, get it a little bit taller, a little bit more even, so the structure of the building didn't look so strange. And then I also wanted to detail everything just a little bit, give it that extra little spice, and through and through, I think it ended up looking pretty good. Oh my gosh, I love the way this turned out. I think it looks so good, and I have the hanging signs here ready for some immersive painting, I'm guessing. And I have some shelves in here. This is going to be the bee honey shop. I'm sure there's not going to be that much in here. I know I want honeyed apples, beehives. I don't know if I want these beehives to be sold, probably, but at a very expensive price. These ones for sure. These are pretty easy. I do need to automate wood at some point though. Obviously, all of the different honey stuff. See, like, look at this though. This may be something I do in the future. I don't know. But hey, there are plenty of honey options. So yeah, definitely that's what this is going to be. And this guy popped up. So I stole him and put him in a seat and he will be our shopkeeper. So I basically just need to configure this. Like I want this to sell 64 of the honey blocks. And I'm going to say, honestly, like 8 diamonds for that. Maybe 4. Nah, honey is definitely not very cheap. So I think the rest of this is just going to be, me filling it up manually. I'm not going to bore you guys with this. And I'm going to have to automate wood for this. The main problem is going to be moving all of this over here. But I should be able to figure that out on my own, right? Just moving it all over here. I may automate it one day, but for now, I think we'll be just fine. So I feel like it's pretty clear where your package goes. It should go here, so I should be able to test it. Give me an order of every single one of these. I should be able to give it to this guy, and all of that should come into one big giant package. Beautiful. Well, I would say that is one shop done. Again, I just have to get more stuff into here, but we'll worry about that later. Let's build up the next shop. So seeing as this one was probably going to be the concrete shop, I wanted it to be a little bit more of a brighter color, like light blue. And then I figured I want to do a little bit more of a color switching around. So I did a little bit of a darker middle and lighter top. I think it turned out pretty well. Unfortunately, the latter half of it I don't know what happened to the recording, so it's gone. But I thought it turned out pretty good. Alrighty, so I've also promptly been informed by the server members that I have to move my shops a few blocks away. I don't exactly know where they have to move, but they do have to move. So, all right, let's see if this. It totally works. Too large. Oh, that'll do it. All right.
Looks good to me.
Looks good. So yes, in here I do have to figure out like the table counter here. But before I get anything in, I think I'm gonna wait. There's a lot of stuff I gotta put in here. I gotta take over here, and it's probably gonna be easy to do that in like kind of one big trip. But I think it's a neat little shop. I do definitely know I have to work on my interiors. I'm really not good at interiors at all. But hey, it's a learning experience here. So lastly, I would like to build a terracotta shop. Look at that. The road's being paved. So for the block palette of this third shop, I would love to use dripstone along with terracotta. And it looks like I can get dripstone from peanut oil. I feel like I should just make a factory for all of this at this point. So you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do a little bit of a tangent from the shops. Let's go to the industrial district and let's make a factory. So off to the industrial district I went. I gathered up all my stuff, hopped in my plane, and I set sail. No, I took off. And the first thing I wanted to do was slightly do a little bit of planning, clearing out some trees. I wanted to get a little bit of a road in because obviously the more infrastructure, at least it looks like we have here, the better it'll look. And then from there, I went on to build a little bit of a foundation for this next factory I was going to build. With a little bit of a roadway going in, some fences around it. I thought it turned out pretty good. It's just a foundation. I think I did a little bit of a fumble on the concrete factory by not giving it one of these. So I think this will definitely add life to the industrial district. I added a little bit of a parking lot, and then I was ready to keep going. Wait, but hold up, aren't I getting a little bit ahead of myself here? I want to build a giant factory, but I have absolutely no means to power it, so we should probably figure that out first. So obviously steam engines are going to be the way to go, and with a little bit of a cheaty free cam, I have found an infinite lava source semi close by to the industrial district. As we can see, it's just right over here, so I can pump lava from down here. It is in the deep dark, so I'm going to have to be careful doing this. It's not an ancient city, but still, this place is huge. I can pump this up and over to my industrial district, and I want to probably make a bunch of steam engines. Now, how many steam engines do I want? For now, I could honestly probably get away with 1 or 2, to be honest. I'll probably do like 2 or 4, just because they're not too difficult to make. The problem is I have to build something for it, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm having so much fun this episode building first the shops, which that was the original plan, was really just 2 shops. But I have listed a whole bunch of things we can automate if we get lava, so this is looking really good. I really like this list of things. And there's also the milkshake stuff that we can do. So like here, I believe we can make like Viridium and all of this stuff. The milkshake stuff I just don't have. That'll be a little bit of time later. So I don't think I have enough copper for this. Oh, definitely not. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab my diamonds, which ooh, I'm running a bit low on that. Running a bit low on that. We're going to take that. And I'm going to spend some money because I hear K-Saw is selling copper, which I'm going to buy so much of because I'm about to use a whole lot of it. Alrighty, so I'm pretty broke now. I spent like over a stack of diamonds at K-Saw's shop. I really gotta watch my spending. Alright, so I feel like this should be plenty of tanks for now. These don't need to be that large. I don't feel like, again, I don't want to have a huge setup just yet because I don't have that many factories. But we need lava and lots of lava. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to make a rope pulley, I believe, or not a rope pulley. See, I forgot what it was. Yes, the hose pulley is the one that I need. So I'm gonna get the hose pulley here. This leads straight down to the lava. I believe this is, nope, that's going the wrong way. It's gotta go this way. All right, so setting this up one more time. I'm gonna get a really big tank going on here. Wonderful. Get some power set up. And now I should be able to do this. Oh, no, I totally have this set up completely wrong. So now, oh yeah, look at that. It's getting lava. Perfect. So now we have infinite lava. That makes my life so much easier. I may build something around this. In fact, you know, I don't see why I shouldn't. I had to figure something out. But so I'm thinking I want to have the power station here around this corner, and I can have like a line of chain conveyors going all around the industrial district. That's my current plan, and the lava's right there, so it works out, and we can have like a bit of a lava line going through. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a train at some point. I feel like that would be a little bit too difficult for what it's worth, but I do need to clear out some trees, make another foundation, and start building this thing. So I think I was about like halfway through building this, and I went on the replay mod, and it didn't, the replay mod would not work with it. I don't know why. Oh, it kept exporting a black video. But this is what I have so far for this little, I wouldn't say it's a factory. It's really just going to be a steam engine place. I would say the color scheme was fitting. I want every single factory in the flower forest to be really, really colorful, seeing as, well, I want the color of the flower forest to stay preserved, while I also want to try and build with this kind of industrial factory style. A mix of both, and I'm hoping it'll work out well. This building is really simple, right? Nothing really too complicated going on here. I don't, like I said, I'm still learning how to do stuff like this, so I'm gonna stick to simple for now. I really like the color palette. I'm hoping that'll kind of carry it. Alrighty, so I'm thinking of something like along this for the windows, a little bit of color going on in here. Yeah, see, I do really like that. All right, so a little bit of building later. Let me show you guys around. I might as well just go and cheaty free cam for this. We're looking good. I really like the roof. It's simple but effective. Like I said, I want to keep the theme of the flower forest. For whatever reason, we're eco-friendly while doing power. I guess it's steam power, so you know it is eco-friendly. There's no smoke being made. Alrighty, so finished product. It's very, very simple. And also ignore the unfinished cliff here. I'll get to it at some point. I just really want to do all this stuff first. So I'm gonna need a whole bunch of steam engines, which means a whole bunch of gold. It looks like I have a decent amount here. This should be plenty. And now I should be able to make a whole bunch of steam engines. 54 is probably a bit much. I could even make 72, which that's 8 full steam engines worth. Which, you know what, that does not sound like a terrible idea. I'm probably gonna want a whole bunch more tanks as well. All right, so in here, I've got to somehow fit 8 steam engines. I'm hoping that won't be too difficult, but I need a whole bunch of blaze burners here. And then I don't know how big the fluid tank actually needs to be. I think for just blaze burners, it might be 9 blocks tall. So each blaze burner is going to need a pipe underneath it for lava, just like this. And as soon as I get straws, I believe these should just accept straight lava, the liquid, so I don't have to actually get a mechanical arm to do this all, making my life much, much, much easier. So also, before anything, I would like to get the lava up here, and I'm hoping this is the right spot. Yes, perfect. So now I can connect up all the lava like so. Let's go and get some see-through on these pipes. See, this is looking good. I'm already a fan of this. And now I just have to carry it over. All right, so if I head down here in this absolute amalgamation of an area that really should be fixed, I think I can go ahead and just gearbox this over here. There's definitely a better way of doing this, but it should work. Don't tell anyone how messy that looks, but it should work. And now we should see lava hopefully traveling all the way up. It might not. It looks like it's gonna stop at a certain distance here. I just have to find out where and then put another pump there. So I'm gonna get some water wheels going on here. Awesome, and this should now be getting my lava all the way up And I almost see lava and everything. It looks like I'm just going to need a few more pumps through here. Specifically, I think right here I'm going to want one. So to get the straws, I'm going to need one of these rolling mills here. And for now, I'll just set it in here. And that'll get me my straws. So now I have the straws ready here, and I think I can just put these on. We should see the pipe connect here now. Yes, and look at that. They're turning on. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. So now, I mean, we should be able to just start making power as soon as we get water to some tanks. And I believe that's the max size. So actually, it perfectly fits. All right, well, from here, I just have to get the steam engines on all of these and then get water hooked up. And then, I mean, we're making power. So I believe it's my favorite time of the video. I've been waiting to do this. You guys know what time it is? Because I know what time it is. It's time for a montage. Alrighty, everyone, so it is all done. I'm actually really happy with this. It should be self-sufficient, so no matter what, at all times, these four will be on. If for whatever reason they're not, then these four will turn off, but I don't know why these would ever turn off. We have infinite lava, so it's doing pretty good. Man, look at this. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm in love. So this is 147 times 8. It's roughly 1.2 million. So I'm pretty happy with that. So now all I really have to do is we're going to get my little drone here. I love this thing. I've got to get a chain conveyor hooked up. Probably going to put it on the roof of this thing, which I really, really do like the moss roof. I think I'm definitely going to revisit this moss roof kind of thing. It's great. I love plants so much in this area, and I just need to, but anyways, I just need to wire up that power. I could wire it up to here. I honestly might. This thing is only running at half the RPM that it could, and obviously we need to wire it to over here when we make the stone automation area. But of course, before we do any of that, I've got to gotta finish that cliff face over there. So I started off by getting a little bit of a tough or darker like stone down at the bottom, because I mean, honestly, that always makes it look good. Don't really know why. It just makes it look pretty nice. After that, I was like, okay, this cliff really needs some shape, and I feel like I have this down to a formula. At some point, I could definitely make it look better. I really only know how to do cliffs, not really much else, but I thought it looked good. And then I started adding more dirt at the top, also a little bit more gradients to kind of help the flow. It is pretty plain, but seeing as I really don't have that much to work with right now, I think it turned out pretty good. And just like that, the next building montage has begun. I wanted to knock this thing out, and it actually took me a while to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with this building. I didn't originally have a plan. I had a color scheme in mind, but it didn't end up really translating that well. And I was like, well, all right, I'm going to switch up a little bit. I had to fix some proportions, but I think in the end, it turned out really well. And I decided to give it a little bit of a story, and that's what really gave this building direction. I feel like that this was an old factory that was in the flower forest, but then after it was abandoned, the forest kind of took it up, and now it's this kind of green overrun factory that's now repurposed and eco-friendly. That was kind of the vibe I was going for. Hopefully that makes sense. But anyways, I think it turned out pretty well. Alrighty, so building for the most part, I think is done. I do definitely have some areas I have to fix. I like this. I wanted part of it to be simple. Like I said, it's been a little bit taken over by nature, if you will. Like over here, I feel like it's pretty clear. This is colorful, nice and vibrant like the rest of the flower farm. Man, I love this, by the way. I'm so happy we have this. Anyway, this is nice and vibrant like the rest of the flower forest. And this one just needed something to fit in. Now, when I have a whole bunch of other factories in here, I want this one to not be as vibrant because like I said, this was a part of the old flower forest, the ones that people ruined. But I am back. I'm a bee, and I'm back to fix it, make it overrun by nature. But inevitably, probably still have. I mean, you know, I'm thinking about it. I'm making everything here is renewable. So hey, you know, it's fitting. It is all fitting. We're using geothermal energy, and I'm gonna be making, you know, all this stuff via renewable sources that we already have. So I'd say, you know, it worked out pretty well. The inside, it's very spacious. I am going to fill this thing out. I think, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to automate all of this in here. Man, let me tell you guys, I'm sitting here crafting a whole bunch of stuff and I cannot wait for people to start selling components, because then they will all be rich people. Because I love spending money and I don't want to do things for myself all the time. So first off, I would like to make a cobblestone generator all the way at the top of this building. All right, one max size vault later. I'm also going to link up power to this building. So now I just need to put some water and lava in here and we have cobblestone being made. Though I did just realize I think we could make this faster by adding more drills, and instead of putting them here, putting them on the outside. Is that possible? You know, I might just do that because that would make this twice as fast. All right, round 2, moment of truth. I'm hoping that this works. Yes. There we go, finally. Alrighty, so with cobblestone automated, we probably have so much in here now. So I have a whole bunch of crushing wheels. I don't think I need sand for anything in this factory, so I'm probably not going to. I mean, I guess I could. I might leave some space in here for sand. We'll see. So for now, yeah, I'm just gonna put a bunch of crushing wheels. Awesome. So this, hypothetically, if I could get over here, should make a stupid amount of gravel, which of course I'm just gonna make a whole giant vault for. Yes, awesome, gravel is coming in. And you know, I could even make this faster, which I think I'm going to, just because why not? Awesome, so now I'm crushing cobblestone 8 crushing wheels at a time. I mean, it might be fast enough to handle everything this does, but we should be getting gravel at a pretty stupid rate. So now I need a whole bunch of flint, which I think this is going to be probably the slow part of getting andesite. Yes, so this should move all the gravel into the millstones. And I should be able to store this in this vault right here. And now we have a whole bunch of flint being made, also gravel. So I was actually thinking I don't really want to move the lava underground. I would like to kind of have, I think, a large pipe that goes into the factory. I think that would be fun. At least I think. I think I also need to put stuff back here as well. So that, you know, that might give me a solution to that problem. But I want to take it from over here, possibly out of the ground or something. I don't know yet. And we'll have a pipe that's supported across the industrial district. So let's say it's going along here. All right, it turns here and whatnot. It could be like something to add onto the road. I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool. So I'm going to give it a shot. So I've got to get lava from all the way down here up to all the way over here, which I think is just going to be a grueling task. So I'm not going to show you guys a lot of it, but I do at some point want to build that pipe up above ground to make it look good. That plugs into every factory that needs lava. I think it's a good idea. Alrighty, so one long pipe later. It's all powered, and yes, I know it doesn't look good yet, but that's okay. I just want to get the factory built. But lava does come here. I'll go ahead and prove it to you. Yep, there it is. Yep, it comes in really fast. So I may or may not put that into a tank. We'll see. But now, I think I have everything I need to make andesite. So every single basin here is going to need 3 different inputs. So one is going to be the flint here, one will also be the gravel, and then one will also be lava. So I think I'm gonna have lava coming in from underground probably. And I think I'll be able to do it something like this. So the lava will come in from below. I'm going to have the flint come in from over here, which I think I'm gonna have to move these up by 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and get belts to get in flint here. I've tried a few different methods, but they just don't seem to want to work with me. So I think belts is gonna be the way to go. Awesome, so now flint is going into all of these, perfect. Now I do need to hook up lava. Now all of these have lava in them. Alrighty, so now as soon as I get the gravel down here, which I don't know where I'm gonna do this from, but it would appear my best bet is going to be belts again. So get a whole bunch of funnels hooked up to here. This is where the gravel's gonna go through. Yes, it's gonna be a bit annoying, but I have to figure this out. Oh, perfect. I see, I could just attach chutes just like this. Oh, that's wonderful. See, at first this was just like accidental design, but I'm glad that I put this off center now, because now I can just do this and it looks like it was on purpose and smart, even though it really wasn't. And now it looks like everything is in. Oh yeah. These should all make andesite as soon as I give this power, which is making blocks of flint. Okay, see, that is not not what I wanted. But if I were to grab a piece of andesite from right here, I'm so happy to have andesite on passive, by the way. So if I were to go across here, go ahead and do all this on all the filters, I now just have to get this into one big giant vault. Awesome. Okay, moment of truth, everyone. Let's go ahead and turn this back on for like the millionth time. I should be making andesite and andesite only, which that looks like that is indeed what's happening. Oh my gosh. Awesome, so that is andesite now done. I do think something's up with like the viewing of this. This is one big vault, but we now have andesite on passive, which means I can go and mark that off the list. And next, I want to see if I can't do tough, which should just be andesite, cobblestone, and lava. Also super, super duper easy. I could probably just put it right over on this side, right? So get just another 4 basins going in. And tough is the, I think, more important one. And I know I said, the whole point of this, by the way, was for dripstone. What kind of a rabbit hole have we gone on here? 4 slots here for andesite coming out. That'll go into basins right here. I'll have lava coming in from the bottom just like before. And this should be everything I need to make tough. So I've got to grab the cobblestone from upstairs. Go ahead and bring this all the way. Oh, I fell. Which unfortunately, I did just realize this is kind of taking up prime real estate. Real estate that I probably don't want to take up just for cobblestone now that I'm thinking about it, so I am gonna rethink this. Already rethinking has been done. This may or may not be enough. I'm probably gonna need a brass funnel up there, but that's fine. And then what I can do is I can go ahead and bring a belt down here, so we just have one belt doing it all, so we have more space up here for more stuff, just a little bit more space efficient in here. I mean, not that it necessarily has to be space efficient, but it would be nice. So I'm gonna bring the cobblestone down here, and that should be all that I need. All right, gonna go ahead and get my mixers on all of these, hook them all up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get lava in all of these. I'm hoping it'll reach everything. It looks like, yes, we do. Gonna get these belts here running. So now this should be getting andesite. Wonderful. Oh yeah, it's looking good. So I just have to hook this up here. Moment of truth. Are we making what I want to be making? That looks like tough. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. Alrighty, so now with a little bit of fan action going on, which I guess I'm probably just going to put the fan right here. What I can do is I can then have a funnel right here and then just a chute that will go straight into the item vault. So now I can have a really big item vault here and not have to worry about everything here getting super cramped. So I can go and make this max size. Yes, items are moving upwards. I should be seeing tough in here. Oh my gosh. All right, so it looks like if I were to switch some stuff around and make brass funnels, that this would actually go a little bit faster. Because right now the backlog is just it coming out of the basin. Ooh, yes, I found the solution to my problem. Okay, so if I just put instead one big vault here, something a little bit like this, it should actually fix all of my problems. So if I go and connect this back up, if I go and take a look, now there should be no issue. There's an issue. Not everything is running. That should fix it. Everything should be mixing again. And now there should no longer be a weird backlog up here. Everything should always be going up and everything should always be mixing. All right, anyways, I think unfortunately I'm going to have to cut this short. We'll continue this on in the next episode of MakeShift. So anyways, if you guys did enjoy this episode, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more of me and more of Create, more MakeShift, please hit subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Create. Later.